Hello students, this is Mr. Boyd. In this lesson, we are going to take a look at writing equations in slope-intercept form when we're given 2 points, a slope and a point, and then we're also going to take a look at horizontal and vertical lines. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So here we see in this first example that we're given 3, 5, and 4, 7. So just like with other ones, we're going to have to find a slope and a y-intercept. So first, let's find our slope. So our slope would be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which would just be 7 minus 5 over 4 minus 3, which is 2 over 1 or 2. Now, when I look at these 2 points, I'm not given a y-intercept, so I'm going to have to do something to find that y-intercept. And it's really a pretty simple process. What we want to do is choose one of these 2 points. It really doesn't matter which one. And we're going to place that point in our slope-intercept form along with our slope. So our slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. I'm going to go ahead and choose this first point, 3, 5, and use our slope of 2. And I'm going to substitute it in here, which will leave me with just b. Okay, so let's see here what we have. We have 5 equals 2 times 3 plus, notice I don't have a value for b, so I'm going to solve for b. Now the x coordinate that I substituted is coming from here, and the y coordinate is coming from here. So let's go ahead and solve this. So 5 equals 2 times 3, which would be 6 plus b. I need to subtract 6 to isolate my variable. And so I see b equals -1. So if I'm going to write that in slope-intercept form, my answer would be, my equation would be y equals 2x, just substituting m, minus 1, substituting my b. Okay, let's take a look at another example. So here we're going to do m equals, again, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It's going to give us -2 minus -3 over -4 minus -2. Let's see, we need to change these to positives. So that's going to give me a +1 in the numerator and a -2 in the denominator for a slope of -1/2. Again, I'll choose a point, doesn't really matter which one, to substitute in y equals mx plus b. So our slope is -1/2. And for this one, I'm going to choose the point -2, -3. Let's see here. Let's substitute our values. So I'm going to replace x with -2 and y with -3. So -3 equals -1/2 times -2 plus b. -3 equals 1 plus b. Then I need to subtract 1 from both sides, leaving me with b equals -4. So my equation would be y equals -1/2 x minus 4. Okay. So in these next 2 examples, basically we're going to repeat the process, except they've already given us the slope and a point. So we'll just go ahead and substitute into y equals mx plus b and find our y-intercept. So let's see, my x coordinate is -1, my y coordinate is 2, so 2 equals, my slope is 3 times -1 plus b. So let's simplify and solve. -3 plus b I'm going to add 3 to both sides, and b equals 5. So my equation for this would be y equals 3x plus 5. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at example 4. So we're going to do basically the same thing. We're going to write out our y equals mx plus b, and then substitute our values in there. So for y, I'm going to substitute -1. For my slope, I'm going to substitute 1/3. And for my x, I'll substitute 2. So -1 equals 2 times 1/3 is 2/3 plus b. I'll go ahead and subtract 2/3 from both sides. So b equals -1 and 2/3. Therefore, my equation will be y equals 1/3 x minus 1 and 2/3. Okay, next we want to take a look at horizontal and vertical lines. Okay, so I could find the slope of this, 7 minus 4 over 6 minus 6. I see that I have a 0 in the denominator, which is not possible, so this is an undefined slope, which tells me this is a vertical line. So I'll come right up here. The equation of a vertical line is x equals b, where b is the x-coordinate of every point. Well, when I go back up here and look, I notice that the x-coordinate of every point was 6. So my equation for this line is x equals 6. And when we look over here at example number 6, I can see that my y-coordinate for both points is 2. So right away, I can see that my equation is going to be y equals 2. All right, so let's take a look. What if it's a graph? I notice this is a vertical line, so I'm going to use that x equals a. And all of the points on this line are going to have an x value of -2. For instance, this one would be -2, 2. This point would be -2, -2. So my equation would simply be x equals -2. And for this one, all of my y's would be 4. So I'm going to use that formula, y equals b, where b is going to be the coordinates of all of the y's. So we can see here that this would be -1, -1. This point over here would actually be 1, -1. This point would be 0, -1. So notice all of the y's are -1. So my equation is y equals -1. All right, guys, so that concludes this lesson. Hope you find it helpful. If you'd like, subscribe to my channel.